the test to becoming president does not really test the things you want in a president, to your point. Like, what you need to do to run for president is to be a bit of a, pardon my language, but like kind of a media whore, and you need to go and get yourself in front of cameras and work the press in the right way, totally independent of whatever substance is happening behind the scene. And the person you want as the president is somebody who just wants to be kind of, I would imagine, head down, thinking about policy, like doing the work less than the media side. So it's a,
yeah,
you're pointing your finger on something.
I generally agree with that, although I think there are many exceptions to the rule.
Certainly.
And just to be fair.
And Andrew was not that way, by the way. This was the thing with Andrew,
Yeah.
was he struggled with that because he was like, wait, now I have to go basically be a personality, and what I am
Yeah.
is like a nerd who wants to
Yeah.
get in the weeds.
And just to be fair, full disclosure, the reason I think I'm here is because I got to know Andrew because years ago, apparently I met you that day. I ended up, I did a show, a Freakonomics radio episode with Andrew, whatever that was, 2019 or so.
Yeah.
And I don't typically interview politicians. I don't really do much about politics per se because it's a really hard thing to do empirically and, whatnot. But yeah, I was really impressed with him. And in terms of the characteristics that you say seem to be at counterpoint, one of them is that the world, the real world, is about nuance. It's not about black and like the problems that are obvious have been solved.
Yeah.
Everything that's left over is going to be hard, and no matter what you do, there's going to be an opposition. That's just the way the world is. But if you come out with a gospel proclamation about no, I'm right, you're wrong, which is now kind of what our politics has become, it's plainly not a very fruitful way of doing it. But also the thing, and this is what I love about economics, even though I'm not an economist, but I've spent a lot of years now with economists and learning a fair amount about it, is that economists are one of the relatively few groups of people who really look at the world in terms of a cost-benefit analysis. Like if there's a thing that you want to do, or a program or a policy or something you want to buy, it really is like the old, like, I've come to think that so much like what they used to call old wives' tales, like they were right. That a lot of like what our parents and grandparents and elders and elder generations taught is extraordinarily applicable, but we like to think that we're the ones that are reinventing the wheel, to hop on a cliche and a wives' tale.
Have you ever felt caged by Freakonomics, or like, I have to be the steward of this brand that stands for this particular thing or does this particular thing? Like, were you ever like, I want to go do a topic that totally doesn't fit Freakonomics at all, and I'm stuck hearing what this brand means?
So that is a very good question. And the answer is no, I've not felt caged because I have totally ignored what people think Freakonomics is and stands for. But it's interesting you say that, because once in a while, like if we do a political piece, like we had on the show this week, we had Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, which is not what I usually do. And I don't really enjoy talking to politicians that much for the kind of obvious reasons. But there were a variety of reasons why we felt compelled to do this. And it was interesting, and I learned a good bit, and it was not a bad experience. But whenever you do anything that's a little bit political or a little bit anything, you do get, whatever. We get a lot of feedback. And I would say that like 20, I'd say probably 20% of the feedback, maybe 50, when you do something a little bit political, is that's not what Freakonomics is. And I think that's so cute because what I want to say to people, but I know I would sound like a jerk, but I'll say it here because I don't mean it, is actually what Freakonomics is kind of what I decide I want to do that week. That's all it is.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. Please do hit like and subscribe and hit that bell if you want to be notified every time a new episode drops. Thank you.